Welcome back to Wonders of Our Planet. Today, we're talking about the monarch butterfly, one of the most recognized insects on Earth, and one of the most mysterious. You've seen it on mugs, on garden flags, maybe in your own backyard. Orange wings laced with black veins. Everybody knows the monarch. But here's what most people don't stop to think about. How does a creature that weighs less than a paperclip travel nearly 3,000 miles without a map? How does a butterfly that lives less than a year find a place it has never been? And why is the monarch's migration considered one of the most baffling puzzles in all of biology? Let's find out. The monarch butterfly's scientific name is Danaus plexippus. Both words come from Greek mythology. Danaus was a legendary king, Plexippus one of his sons. A royal name for an insect that has, in a sense, conquered a continent. The monarch belongs to the family Nymphalidae, one of the largest butterfly families on the planet. Its wingspan runs from about 3.5 to 4.7 inches. Its body weight, somewhere between 270 and 350 milligrams. That's roughly the same as a small paper clip. Summer generations live just 2 to 6 weeks. But there is one exception to that rule, and it changes everything. There are two main populations of monarchs in North America, divided by the Rocky Mountains. The eastern population, by far the larger of the two, winters in the mountains of Michoacan, Mexico. The western population winters along the California coast, in places like Pacific Grove and Santa Cruz. Both look nearly identical, but their numbers tell very different stories. The western population has declined by more than 99% over the past 2 decades. In 2020, volunteers counted fewer than 2,000 monarchs along the California coast. In the 1980s, that number was around 4 million. The monarch you see in a California garden today is a rare visitor. It used to be a flood. Now, the colors. That vivid orange is not decoration. It's a warning. Monarch caterpillars feed exclusively on milkweed, plants of the genus Asclepias, which contain cardiac glycosides, toxins that cause vomiting and irregular heartbeat in birds. Those toxins accumulate in the caterpillar's body, survive metamorphosis, and stay in the adult butterfly for life. A bird that eats a monarch once rarely tries again. The wings themselves are an engineering marvel, covered in microscopic scales that manage both color and aerodynamics. Monarchs are exceptional gliders, riding thermal updrafts with barely a wing beat. That's how a creature weighing less than a dollar bill covers up to 80 miles in a single day. And now the part that genuinely stops scientists in their tracks. Every fall, starting around September, eastern monarchs leave Canada and the northern United States and fly southwest. Their destination is a cluster of oilmulfer forests, Abies religiosa, in the mountains of Michoacan, roughly 10,000 feet above sea level. The distance from parts of southern Canada to those forests is close to 3,000 miles. For comparison, Boston to Los Angeles is about 2,600 miles. The monarch flies farther. But here is what makes it truly extraordinary. The butterfly making that journey in the fall has never been there before. It is the 4th generation of the year. Its great-grandparents were in Mexico last winter. It hatched this summer in Ontario, in Minnesota, in upstate New York. And yet it finds the exact same trees its ancestors used. No GPS, no learned route, no guide. Researchers at the University of Kansas, one of the world's leading centers for monarch research, have shown that navigational information is encoded genetically. The butterfly is born knowing where to go. How exactly that information survives across multiple generations is still an open question. The spring return is equally remarkable. The overwintering butterfly wakes up, flies north into Texas and Oklahoma, lays eggs on milkweed, and dies. The next generation pushes further north, then another generation, then another. By the time summer arrives in Canada, monarchs have spread across the entire eastern half of the continent, and it took 3 or 4 generations to get there. The fall trip back to Mexico happens in one. Those fall butterflies don't live for 2 weeks, they live for 8 or 9 months, locked in a state called diapause, a kind of reproductive pause that holds them in suspended animation until spring. When millions of them cover the oyamel trees in Michoacan, the weight of their bodies bends the branches. When the sun warms them, they open their wings, and the forest turns orange. The monarch is also a pollinator. It feeds on nectar from hundreds of flowering plant species along its route, carrying pollen across 2 countries. But its real value is as a signal. Where monarchs thrive, native landscapes are intact. Where they vanish, something has gone wrong. In 2022, The International Union for Conservation of Nature listed the monarch as endangered, the first time a butterfly known to every American schoolchild had earned that designation. The three main drivers are milkweed loss from agricultural expansion, logging in the Mexican wintering forests, and climate change disrupting the timing between butterfly and plant. The fix, at least in part, is surprisingly simple: plant milkweed. Native milkweed seed is available at garden centers in most U.S. states. One plant in one yard is one more link in a chain that stretches 3,000 miles. The monarch reminds us that the most sophisticated navigators on Earth don't use technology. They use time, millions of years of evolution, written into every cell. No app, no satellite, no map. Just light, an internal clock, and instinct sharpened to a precision that still makes scientists stop and stare. Something that weighs less than a paper clip flies farther than most of us drive in a month, and finds its way home every single time. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button and subscribe. That's what keeps these videos coming. Thanks for watching Wonders of Our Planet.